So there's news in from the Ozzy Osbourne camp that he may not actually be able to stand at the Black Sabbath tribute show, which is happening in the summer, obviously in Birmingham in the Aston Villa Stadium. So I'm sure, Gav, people who bought tickets for this event, they maybe originally were thinking that they'd get a full set from Black Sabbath, a full set from Ozzy Osbourne, plus not to mention, Metallica and all the other host of guests that are coming. But it seems there's only going to be a handful of songs by Ozzy and Black Sabbath. And poor Ozzy, like he's not in good shape, but he might even be able to stand at the event.
Yeah, I'd say some people will be disappointed, but I think deep down a lot of fans kind of know. I've talked to a few different people. I know a couple of guys traveling from Germany. They got tickets, and they even said to me weeks ago, "I'd be happy if he's even there," because they all know, his medical situation and stuff. But I guess it's better than not showing up at all. He is in a bad way at the minute, so if he has to come out, fair play to him. You kind of have to give him credit for, if it is a thing that he has to be wheeled out in a wheelchair in front of, whatever it is, 40, 50,000 people, you know, I think that takes guts too.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Fair play to him. Like there's a lot of talk around like the bands, how much they're going to be paid. It is like is any bands doing it for free?
No,
Probably
no.
not. They're probably getting an appearance fee. They're not staying in the you know uh they're not
Charity.
staying at a charity hotel or a Premier Inn. They're going to be staying in top-notch hotels, and all their flights from wherever they're coming to
Oh, 100%.
is going to be paid.
I've chatted on a few different podcasts, and there's a lot of people that wouldn't even go if they were given a free ticket because of that.
Mm.
Um, bands like Metallica, of course, bands like Tool, who else is there? Big names.
Guns N' Roses lads.
Yeah, like they're not playing for free. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, but maybe when you look at things like Live Aid, I think bands did play for free
Yeah. Well,
to a
yeah.
point. You
I
know,
think with that, a lot of lads, a lot of them were in around London. They were based in London, and it was just
well,
up.
was it Phil Collins flew across to America
That's right. He flew across in Concorde, yeah.
and done the two shows? Isn't that right?
Done the two shows, yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like, look, there was money spent or whatever, but look, at the end of the day, me personally, I could put that aside. I'd
Oh
go.
yeah, I'd still love to be there,
I
despite
Yeah,
everything.
it is Sharon Osbourne. It is money, money, money. It is. I'm sure the charities are going to get money, but like the money that the tickets were going for, and I'm sure the merch and stuff like that is going to bring in absolutely crazy money. I did hear before of bands, actually Metallica. I heard this actually today. Back in around 2000, James Hetfield and Metallica done a show in Atlanta or somewhere, but Hetfield was he fell roller skating or something, skateboarding, and he couldn't do the show. So they put on a show with Korn and Kid Rock and somebody else, and they kind of, I heard it was terrible, right? But before they done it, the band came out and said, we're gonna come back and do a free night for you. Keep your ticket stub and all that." But I heard what they done was they put the merch and everything up, nearly double the price to cover the
Okay.
show. You know,
Oh right, okay,
so
yeah,
it's a free show, but we're gonna hit you another way. You know,
yeah. That wasn't very sporting, was it?
no, but that's I guess it's a business at the end of the day. You
Yeah,
know, you know, and I guess this is how these bands work. Like
it's going to be a historic event, no matter what. Like, if
I we chatted before. I wouldn't be surprised if it's going to be live streamed like a pay-per-view kind of a
that
thing.
that would be great. Yeah, I'd easily pay 20 quid to see it, no doubt about it.
Kind of going off topic here. Myself and Luke were talking yesterday, and we were talking about the machine that is, sorry, going back to Metallica. And I don't know, I'd love to hear your take on it, Rob. What would you think if bands started charging pay-per-view for live shows? Just a regular show.
Yeah,
Would you buy it? I'd buy it.
if it was on a Saturday night and I was at nothing else and the times lined up, like if it was in European time,
Yeah.
it was like 9 o'clock or something. Yeah, I probably would one or two. I'm sure the diehard fans would be maybe they get their season pass, like whatever, and they could watch every single Metallica show. Like, yeah, there's probably a market there for that.
Oh no, I'm surprised there's not more. Like me and Luke were talking, we're like, Jesus, how is nobody on this? Like, be that Pearl Jam, be that Metallica, be that Guns N' Roses, be that Tool. You know, these big bands. Like, surely to God, like they have the video footage there. Like, why not sell it live?
I'd say the licensing is very convoluted because you're in different territories and
Yeah,
all
but
of all of
look at
that kind of
look
stuff.
at sport. Look at sport. Yeah,
Yeah,
you know, it's funny. And then we were kind of going, yeah, how has nobody done this? Like, not seeing every show, but like something that I'm surprised hasn't come around in this day and age of technology.
yeah, yeah. You never know. They could be around the corner.
Because I definitely think this show in Aston Villa, in Villa Park, with all the names that we just mentioned, on a show that is going to be iconic, like the Wembley show in '85 or '6 or whatever year it was. It's going to be remembered for a long time. Like anybody in the rock and the metal world is going to be there. If that's 30 seconds on a stage, if that's in a kind of a super group, so be it. It will be one to remember, as you said. And if anybody wants to give me a ticket, my number is 08.
Exactly. Yeah, let us know in the comments if you've got a few spare tickets going, or even if you're going yourself, let us know because we'd love to hear from someone that's actually going to the gig. Maybe chat to them the week before, and catch up with them after the gig and see how it all went. That'd be amazing, wouldn't it, Gav?
Yeah, yeah, we'll get that sorted.
See, I'm sure there's plenty of listeners there who are going, or are planning to go. So yeah, it'd be great to hear from you.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Hit us up and we'll get you on for a chat. That was an interesting take.
Great stuff. Great stuff. Well, look, best of luck. I'll chat to you on the next one.
All right.